I don't know if you can see this. This is my pen. Each one reach one. We have this contest going, and those people that brings in new members, if your secretary will send me an email, I will see that you get one of these highly collectible, valuable things. But anyway, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a Saturday morning, but man, we learned a lot of good information. And if we apply this information to our clubs, there is no reason in this world why we cannot double the size of our clubs in the next 6 months. People are out there. They want to be involved. They are tired of COVID. They're tired of being shut in. And all you have to do, this is the simplest thing about getting a new member. It's so simple, I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ask them. If you don't ask them, who is? And you will be surprised at the number of people, if you just boldly ask them to join your Kiwanis Club, they will join. So bring them in. Let's have a banged up year. And at this time, if Art is somewhere in the building, I'm going to shut up and let him have the floor.
I am here, AC.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone who participated today. When I said my opening greetings, I talked about the excitement that's going on in Kiwanis. I can give you a lot of examples. I hear a lot about what's going on in Kiwanis. When I talk to clubs, districts, and divisions on a daily basis, I can give you examples, and I'll just give you one right off the bat. Last week, I participated in a club meeting in Maine, in the New England district. They took in 12 members one night. So AC is right. All you got to do is ask. You've got to get out there and ask people and justify why it's good to join Kiwanis, because there's lots of opportunities to join. And I don't know of anybody who doesn't want to help the kids in their community. But I want to leave you with a couple of comments. And I've tried to put this in a format which is easy for me to understand. And I want to talk to you a minute just about the 4 C's as I see coming down for the future of Kiwanis. The first C I want to talk about is commitment. As we move forward out of this pandemic, we've got to make sure that there's a commitment. And that commitment is to serve children. Kids need Kiwanis, and we have to continually send out that message. We have to be always committed to serving our SLP kids. SLP is the greatest thing we do, and we have to make sure that we're continually at the international and local level, we are continually committed to offering new opportunities for our young people. And we have to make sure that there's a commitment by every member to participate. Every member has a job to do. And if you don't know what your job is in Kiwanis, talk to your club president and find one, because there's something for every Kiwanian to do. The second C I want to talk about is consistency. There has to be a consistency in messaging. This has to do with our image. And those of you who have been around Kiwanis for a long time, remember a new emphasis project being rolled out every October 1. Those days are over. We need a consistency in messaging, and that messaging is very simple. The kids need Kiwanis. There has to be consistency in community service, which most of our clubs do. If you're not consistent in the service you provide in your community, your Kiwanis club is not recognized for the valuable asset it can be in your community. And there has to be a consistent commitment to membership growth. We are a member-based organization, and no year will pass that we don't have to emphasize membership growth to replace those people who move on for whatever reason. Number 3 is there has to be continuity. There has to be continuity in leadership. And at the international level, we have made a very conscious effort to work together and build upon the success of the previous year, starting with International President Polly Lott, through Daniel Vigneron, to myself, and to Peter Mancuso and Burt West. We are committed to continuing our leadership, make sure there's a continuity there so that we're not redirecting the organization every year. It confuses clubs and districts, and we need strong districts and clubs to survive. So that continuity and leadership is important, and I want to encourage you to make sure there's continuity of leadership at the club division, and district level. There has to be continuity in giving. Philanthropy will always be a part of Kiwanis, and that continuity of giving helps us do our projects as well as fund other projects through our Children's Fund and your local and district foundations. And there has to be a continuity in leadership development. Kiwanis is making a major emphasis on that right now with our Kiwanis Amplify program. We are making a conscious effort to train our Kiwanians as leaders. That leadership can be used at our local level, within clubs, in our local communities, and I think will help attract new members to Kiwanis. And the last C is caring. We have to make sure that we care for the youth in our community. We have to make sure that we're caring for all of our youth internationally. Our IDD, M&T programs and other opportunities at the international level show that Kiwanians care, which I know they do. And we have to care enough to share our story. It's that story that we tell that will attract people to Kiwanis. So I thank you for being Kiwanians. I look forward to meeting you again in person soon. And I really look forward to seeing you in Salt Lake City. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you. And AC, it's great to see you on the screen.
And thank you, sir. Just think, if we'd had an in-person meeting, we wouldn't have had the honor to have our international president speak to us today. So thank you for making this time.
Well, thank you. And that's one of the things we have to learn out of the pandemic is how to communicate better using this electronic media. So if I can't be there in person, I should be able to communicate with you electronically.
Mary, do you have announcements for us?
Well, I'll unmute myself, but I do. Can you all hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
AC, did you want to say anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Well, I just want to make a couple of announcements, just so that you guys all know we are planning on having our district convention in Jonesboro the second weekend of August. We're working on that right now to start getting that together so you guys can all register for that. It will be in person and by Zoom. So we will be offering a virtual experience. So if people really don't feel like getting out in August, they can still join us via Zoom. Also, we have a couple things going on. Carla and AC both hit on this earlier. We have a membership contest that's going through the end of this month. Clubs have an opportunity to win money for the amount of members they bring in and how much they increase the percentage of their membership. And information went out on that in the last Kiwanagram. And I think I sent some information out just last week to the club presidents and secretaries. So please look at that information, share it with your clubs. Just a couple weeks left, but you still could win up to $4,000 for your service projects. And that's huge in today's day when, you know, we haven't been able to have the fundraisers that we had hoped for. And the last thing is we are offering free or half price, 50% rebate on Amplify registrations. Amplify is a program that Kiwanis is going to be offering, and it'll be a week-long session, and or it'll be months long, every week for I think 8 or 9 weeks, and you'll have an opportunity to learn leadership and a lot of different club building ideas. So we hope you take advantage of that, but we are offering 50% rebate. The registration is normally $200 and we're offering $100 rebate on that. So if you're interested in that, contact me, but that information went out to you guys as well.